MCC Dad Cyclist Diaries, we're back. So we started the MCC Dad Cyclist Diaries about 3 months ago now, after the birth of my second child. I started these because I really wanted to just hold myself accountable to my own training. This is a great way to do it. Document my own training for me as well, which I find is really useful. Just when you're looking back, reflecting on your training, analysing your training. But then also, I know there's quite a few dads out there who follow the My Cycling Coach page. And let's be honest, sometimes as parents, fathers, whether it be, also mothers out there as well, trying to fit in your training around having children, work, and all the other things we've got going on in life can be quite hard. So I also started these to, if I can motivate others out there, especially at this time of year now, we're coming into autumn and winter, and maybe even you may find some of this stuff useful. Obviously, My Cycling Coach is my business, the coaching business there, where we do help cyclists improve their performance, lose weight, help them with their nutrition, fueling and everything. So yeah, and it has been a while, and I wanted to check back in today. It's been a while. We sort of had 5 weeks of, I was trying to start that documentation process, getting some videos out there, some content with what we're doing with training. And then unfortunately, our baby girl, who was born 3 months ago, had a really severe heart problem. She was admitted to hospital. And the reason I haven't been putting anything out is because we've actually been in hospital now for nearly 7 weeks. So really my training came to a complete halt. I haven't really done any training now for the past 7 weeks. Over the last couple of weeks, I've been getting the odd half an hour, 45 minutes in, maybe just once a week at the moment. Good news is my daughter is now back home. We are all back home. So yeah, just gradually starting to get back on the bike now and build things up, obviously as and when fits. Obviously having a newborn and another child is, as I'm sure you're aware if you're watching this as a parent, it's quite full on anyway, but having one of us is already in hospital now, all back together again, just trying to get on the bike as and when I can at the moment. And today, what am I doing today? As I said, I've been doing a little bit of training over the past few weeks, just as and when, a little half an hour here, 45 minutes, just to get back on and get the legs turning again. Until July time, training was going well for this year. I had a few races, racing with my team out here in Austria. Level of fitness, performance was pretty good on the bike. FTP this year has been sort of floating around the 365, 37 mark, based on stats and training and races and things. So yeah, I've just been really getting back into it nice and easy. Nothing crazy, be completely honest, just starting off zone 1, zone 2, just getting back on. As I say, doing half an hour to an hour. Today I'm actually doing an hour, and I'm just taking a few lactate samples, a few blood samples, just to really identify where my sort of accurate zone 2 is, I guess, at the minute. So this isn't a maximal test, it's really just sub-maximal. It's nothing like a ramp test or an FTP test. Doesn't mean I have to go to those higher wattages, power outputs, and really push myself. It's a nice way. I'm just cruising along sort of through my zone 2 power, or what was my zone 2 power, just obviously drop things down a little bit, as I have had almost 7 weeks completely away from exercise, which in my life is probably the longest period I've actually gone without doing any exercise. So yeah, I'm just taking a blood sample every 10 minutes, moving through the wattage to ensure that my lactate is where it needs to be able to be in that zone 2. And that's my plan with my training now, is to not really do anything intense, just to get back into it. Really just start building in some quality zone 2 work. And doing this today allows me to really identify where that power is, or that sort of training zone. So I know when I'm putting that quality zone 2 work in, and just building things back over the next few weeks through taking the blood sample and looking at my lactate. I know exactly where I need to be able to do that. So yeah, it feels good to be back on the bike, getting some training in. Going to keep documenting these alongside the other videos that we put out at MCC, which are purely based on tips on content, on training, fueling, nutrition, technique. But yeah, I just wanted to do these videos to, as I mentioned at the start, accountability for myself, and it helps motivate others. Maybe you might learn something along the way. And as I say, especially at this time of year, you may have seen some of the videos this week that I've put out. I find this time of year, coming off the back of the summer, can be a tricky time of year because you may find that, well, the days they do get shorter, the weather takes a turn. It's generally a busy time of year. So just keeping some training going is really important at this time of year, I find. Not just from a performance aspect with your cycling, obviously improving your speed and your power and everything, but just generally for your all-round physical health, well-being, and also psychological, mental health and well-being as well. Really important you keep exercising. So yeah, going to keep trying to get these videos out, but thanks for watching today. If you have found this information, anything useful, or you've enjoyed the video, drop a like on it, subscribe to the channel if you want to see not only the tips and content we're putting out, but follow some of the journey. Have an awesome rest of your day and speak to you soon.